Coming up in this week in Gunpla and Plamo, I want to talk about all the upcoming kits that's being released by Bandai, and that includes the very expensive perfect grade Phenex. And there's a new event coming up from Bandai, which is an exclusive virtual reality event. What is that all about? We'll also be taking a look at some Thailand Gunpla Expo build entries, so stick around for that. But first, I want to talk about this very cool and exclusive Ironman Mark 85. This is the world's first unboxing and review of the kit. This is the Ironman Mark 85 from Morstorm, Eastern Model, and also Yolopark. Very impressive. Let's take a look at the runners and also the manual right now. This is the upcoming 1/9 scale Ironman Mark 85 model kit from Morstorm, Eastern Models, and also Yolopark. A big thank you to you guys for sending this to us for review. Now today we're going to look at the runners here and also the manual, a quick look. This is quite an interesting kit, to be very frank, and when I first saw the gimmicks actually comes with the kit, for example, you can actually move the heel section on the feet so you can actually pose a lot better, and also stretchable thigh area so you can actually do the signature Ironman landing pose. You know what Ironman model kit is there if it can't do the signature pose, as you can see here. Now there'll be two different versions that's going to be released by Yolopark, Eastern Model, and also Morstorm. So the first one you can see here, this is the actual regular unit, so the paint is actually normal. That's what you get from normal model kits. The deluxe version actually comes in a better paint finishing and also more additional parts, plus some additional die-cast parts to make the kit a little bit more weighted and heavier as well. The gimmick that actually comes with the Ironman as well, you actually get LED lights on the repulsors, chest, and also on the eyes. And if you look at the LED lamp in terms of where the LED goes, there's also some very cool gimmicks of how they actually activate the LED, which I'm going to show you later. So this is actually quite a good kit to have, and it's coming out very soon. For those of you who actually pre-ordered this, I think I'm going to say a big congratulations to you, because this kit is actually very impressive. Look at the amount of runners that comes with this kit. You're not going to be able to count it off the screen, but there is a total of 33 runners plus all these additional clear parts. So there's actually quite a lot of parts that goes into this kit. So in terms of part separation, you are really in good hands. Okay, I'm going to go on through the manual a little bit quickly because I want to show you something here, and that is actually this. Now if you look at this, this is actually the nano cannon. So there's actually a spring-loaded LED mechanism trigger here. So you know how previous model kit you usually have the flip switch, but this one is actually a spring-loaded LED mechanism for the Ironman, which I thought is actually something very cool and unique, not seen before in model kits of late. I'm going to skip through very quickly, but as you can see, that the manual itself is actually quite thick. There's actually quite a lot of parts that you need to put together. Yeah, I'm going to go through the actual runners himself very quickly, but just to show you guys in terms of what you are actually getting, there's actually quite a lot of clear parts that's included that you can make your Ultraman Ironman pose here, right? It's actually quite a lot of details, extras, as you can see here, and the nano lightning refocuser looks really badass on Mark 85, I have to say. So you can do this signature pose as what we've seen from the Endgame movie. So it also comes with the nano lightsaber and also the nano blade as well. So all those clear parts that you can see in the picture are the actual clear parts that are included in the picture itself. Now if you buy the normal version, you only get one nano cannon, but the deluxe version actually comes with two, so it really depends on which are the ones that you want to get if you want to pay extra. But I think this regular version of the Ironman Mark 85 is seriously wicked. Now let's go through the runner itself, and there's something that I want to show you here. As you can see here, this is the chest piece. Look at the amount of detail and engraving in the kit itself. There's actually quite a lot of details that's going into each separate runner. So as you can see here, look at that, right? Highly detailed, and in terms of part separation as well, it is actually seriously very good, right? Obviously, you know, if you're buying the regular version, you would want to paint it into a glossy metallic finish, but if you choose not to, you can still have it in the normal yellow and red, and the silver finishing is actually not too bad as well. Okay, in terms of clear parts, now this clear part actually goes into the base, which is one of the other surprises I'm talking to you about. But as I can show you here, there are so many clear parts included with this Ironman. It's seriously probably one of the most exciting model kit to come out in the plant modeling industry this year. Look at the amount of clear parts that's been included. This is for the nano cannon and also the nano lightsaber as well, right? And all the other special effect parts, they are all here too. The other big surprise was actually how big this base would actually comes with the kit itself. Look at the size of the base, and perhaps that is not actually the biggest surprise. The biggest surprise was that they actually included a metal aluminium rod. I don't know if it's aluminium or alloy, but actually it's actually quite heavy, so it's quite I would say not usual for model manufacturers to actually include a aluminium rod as a stand for the base for a kit. But given that this kit itself is actually quite impressive with number of runners, 33 runners, and also great part separation. The last thing I want to show you guys is actually the hands, and the hands actually comes in single individual pack like this because it's actually been pre-painted. So as you can see here from the colors of the hand, it's very nice red ruby glossy finish. And the cool thing is, if you look at the fingers itself, they are actually a little bit soft and flexible, so you don't have to worry about breaking the fingers over a long posing time when taking photograph of the 1S scale Ultraman MK85. So all in all, this is a very exciting kit that I'm looking forward to build and paint, and to be very frank, I think this is probably one of the must-have this year for Plamo enthusiasts. So a very big thank you again to Morstorm, Eastern Model, Yolopark, and also Reality Dream Toy for sending this kit to us for review. We'll be looking forward to build this kit and share our build experience, and also painting this kit up for review. So stay tuned, we'll be reviewing this kit very soon on our channel. Now there is only one Gunpla kit released by Bandai this week, but it's actually quite a doozy. This is the perfect grade 160 scale Unicorn Gundam Unit 3 Phenex narrative version. We all knew this was coming, but we were not prepared for how much this thing was costing, 52,800 yen. And while you might think that this is basically just a rehash of the old perfect grade Phenex with additional parts, which is the tails, let me tell you something, this time around Bandai has really done it. They have actually reproduced this kit with a deeper shade of gold. In fact, the finishing looks almost like a 24 karat gold finish, and that is something that I find extremely appealing. I have been speaking to quite a few of you Gunpla builders out there, especially in Malaysia, and quite a lot of you are saying that this is definitely a must buy for this year. So it looks like this is going to be quite a hot item despite the high ticket price. Well, what about the rest of you who actually bought the perfect grade Phenex 1-2 years ago? Well, the good news is Bandai is also releasing the tails as a separate expansion pack, so you can actually buy that for 8,800 yen. What about me? Well, to be very frank, the looks of the kit is really appealing. You know how much I like bling kits, and especially in gold electroplated finish. But for me, I think money is a little bit tight for me. But I'm sure some of you who are, who were originally planning to travel on holidays this year, and with the entire COVID-19 lockdown, I'm sure the amount of money that you have saved aside for travel and holidays, you can probably easily buy this kit if you wanted to. Or maybe the Master Grade Extreme Unicorn Gundam version car. Now that you compare these two, suddenly the Master Grade Extreme Unicorn version car looks quite appealing because of the price, isn't it? So I would love to hear from you guys how many of you will actually be buying this awesome looking perfect grade Phenex Unit 3. Definitely dig the deeper shade of gold that Bandai has given for this kit. Now, I don't cover a lot of metal build on my channel because frankly it's kind of depressing to cover things that I can't afford, but this time around this is one kit I want to talk about. This is the metal build Satan Gundam, as they pronounce it in Japan. This kit was originally announced way back in 2018 when they first teased this at the expo, but everybody was been waiting for this guy to actually arrive for such a long time. And to be very frank, I'm kind of glad that the actual metal build unit itself looks really good. The reflective gold finishing on the Gundam, it has a very nice glossy and matte finishing combo on the Satan Gundam. So overall, in terms of details, the amount of bling on this kit, the articulation as well, definitely seems like a worthy buy. And as you know, from my previous video, I actually did review the SDX Satan Gundam as well. So that is a cute miniaturized version of the original Satan Gundam. So if you want to have a look, click on the top right now to watch that review. But for now, I wish I actually can afford this guy. This guy actually looks really good, but being a Metal Build and Tamashii edition case, you know, they are usually out of my range, so it's a unfortunate skip for me this time round. And finally, some official news on the Warhammer 40,000 Imperial Phase Intercessor. This is not a model kit as what we speculated earlier last year. So this is actually a action figure. And what an action figure this guy is, it's actually coming with an Autobot rifle and the auxiliary grenade. In terms of the color and the details and the shading as well, for the actual figure itself, I do think that it is actually quite good as per Bandai's standard all this while. My only concern is the price, to be very frank, coming in at 12,100 yen. It's not only a little bit pricey, but then again, if you're a Warhammer fan, I don't think this is going to be something that is too much of a reach for you. But here's the kicker, this is not a regular release, this is going to be a premium Bandai release. And not only that, you actually have to buy this in a pack, so you actually have to buy this together with the other intercessor. Let me get the actual name, with the Salamander's intercessor with bolt rifle as well. So that is the one thing that I didn't get, you know. When I look at the website, it's actually seen as two separate SKU items on the website, and you should have to buy them separately, but you can't actually check out one without the other. So at least the good news is you're only paying for one shipping price for both, but I suppose the only bad news is you can't buy only one intercessor, which is the Salamanders or the other one, right? So that is the unfortunate part. You can't buy the Imperial Phase on its own, and you can't buy the Salamander's intercessor on its own. You will have to buy them both in a set. So that comes up to a big bill of close to 24,000 yen, excluding shipping and taxes to your country. But I do have to say, I mean, the figure itself looks really good. Articulation looks not too bad as well. At least they can hold the rifle and they can do the marching pose, and surprisingly the articulation on the arm seems to be strong enough to actually hold the bolt rifle itself. So I'm actually quite impressed with that. I thought that the bolt rifle would probably be too heavy for the intercessors to actually hold up. So that's it, folks. This is not a model kit but an action figure, and it will be a premium Bandai exclusive, and you have to buy both in a pack in order to get either one of them. With the absence of the GBWC, a lot of countries including Thailand, Malaysia and Singapore will be holding their G40 Gunpla exhibition and also competition as well. So here's a closer look at the entries from Bangkok, Thailand, and there's actually quite a few impressive entries as well. Most of the participants will actually get a very cool coin, or I don't know whether it's a coin or a badge, but this is the Gunpla 40th Builders Contest. Do bear in mind, if you do enter your kit into the Gunpla 40th Builder Contest this year, the same entry cannot be entered into the GBWC contest next year. So if you think that you spend a lot of time on a GBWC entry and you do not want to waste your effort into this contest this year, which is not an official GBWC contest, I suggest you hold out for that and save it for next year. But if you still have time, you could probably build something new for the G40 Builder Contest that's happening in Malaysia and Singapore very soon. So let's coming back to the Thai entries. Now I do have to apologize for the pictures here because I have to get them off Facebook. It is kind of tough to actually find someone who's able to take high resolution photos or videos of the entries for me. So hopefully next year we will be able to travel to Bangkok to capture all the Gunpla builders entry. Now there's actually quite a few cool entries. There isn't a lot as what we've seen from previous years. Obviously this being a non-GBWC year, so maybe some of the builders are holding it back for next year, but there are actually a few very cool entries which really piqued my interest, and this is the one that I felt will probably be in the top 3 or maybe perhaps winning the contest. That is the RX-2 standing in front of a very big G Gundam icon. And when you look at the icon itself, it is actually made of runners that has all the separate parts of the actual RX-2 unit in itself, and that actually is a very cool and refreshing contest. So I hope that entry will actually win. The other entry that really caught my eye was this somewhat like a samurai or a ninja. I'm not sure whether it's a swordsman kind of entry. So the entire team of green with this long sword looks really cool to me. So I hope that entry will get a chance to win as well. I'm not too sure whether that is the full list of all the entries from the Gunpla 40th Builders Contest in Bangkok. So if you do have any more pictures from the events, please do share with us. I'll be happy to put up the video and credit you in the video description down below. So all in all, it looks like the G40 Builders Expo is happening in Bangkok now. It's quite fun, and I can't wait for the Gunpla Expo to be happening in Malaysia and Singapore soon. So Bandai is doing a special Gunpla presentation in VR on 8th of October 12 p.m. But here's the funny thing, right? In order to have first-hand exclusive look, you will actually have to sign in into your Bandai Namco ID account and register for a chance to win the privilege to be part of the early viewers. So here's the funny part though, I am not too sure why they call this VR, because when I was looking through the the hardware requirements, there was no mention of having the need of a VR goggles, VR headsets. All they need was just a PC and quite a simple requirement at that. So I'm not too sure whether Bandai meant this as a 360 experience or is it a VR sort of experience. So let's see what happens then, and we'll check it out. Yeah, so obviously right now the biggest question mark is what will Bandai be announcing, because we all know that there's going to be a Perfect Grade RX-2 coming out very soon. So is this going to be just more details on the Perfect Grade Granddaddy that's coming out, or will it be something else? So I'm not too sure myself. I thought that they were supposed to announce the self-transforming unicorn bus, but hey, maybe that is going to be next year. So let's see how that goes. And obviously with the RX-70-2 giant moving Gundam at Yokohama has been announced, quite a lot of news outlet has already been covering them, but unfortunately most of them are calling it a transformer or even a Mazinger. So I think quite a lot of people were kind of upset, but I suppose one of the funniest part is at least Stephen Colbert actually covered it in his show as well. And I am actually quite impressed because he actually managed to pronounce the name somewhat correctly, but you know, I'll probably let you be the judge of this yourself. Have a listen of how Stephen Colbert actually pronounced Gundam in his own words.
Moving Gundam. Moving Gundam.
Yeah, so I suppose that's not too bad, you know, for an American, I suppose, who doesn't know anything about Gundam. But anyways, about the cup noodle model kit, I suppose it's quite cool to now see how some of the modelers are mixing and matching and creating their own customized version of this kit. And this is the cup noodle Nissan based on the Monster Energy team. I have to say, very funky. I'm not too sure how many of you have actually bought the Nissan cup noodles, but my biggest question is, will you guys be customizing it based on your own favorite drink or maybe anime themed colors? Let me know if you guys have it. So that's our show for this week. Not a lot of new Gunpla Kits announcement, but nevertheless some interesting news to be shared. And to be very frank, let me know what you guys think of the Perfect Grade Phenex and also the Satan Gundam as well. I'm actually quite excited with the action figure for Warhammer 40k, but that price is just a little bit too high for me at this moment. So I'm actually looking forward to the Gunpla 40th Builders Contest and Expo in Malaysia and Singapore very soon. So once the event is up, you can be assured that we will be covering that event for sure. So do subscribe to our channel for all the latest in collectibles and Gunpla news, and do let me know also what you think of the 1/9 scale Ironman Mark 85 model kit as well. So do stay tuned. The review of the kit will be ready once we have finished building and painting the kit. Thank you guys for watching, and please subscribe to our channel, and I'll see you at the comment section down below.